And another thing, that end.
That might help. And 3 megabytes.
Minimum 3 megabytes. They're coming in at 463. They're probably using Hotmail to send them as they are. Hotmail is a disaster.
Okay.
It's a disaster. Oh, yeah.
All right. Look after them there. All right. Okay, I'd like to welcome viewers here to Macroom Ploughing, our annual ploughing match. And Macroom is always renowned for many firsts, and today I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome 2 people members from our EU community, and they're all the way from Paris and Strasbourg. So maybe I'd ask both the girls to give their names and where they come from.
So I'm Sarah and come from Strasbourg in France.
And I am Marion and I come from Paris.
Marion and Sarah, I hear that you were out for a Sunday bike ride, and I believe you stumbled upon us here today. Is that correct?
Yeah, really. It is. We just arrived here by chance on the road, and we had the pleasure to see all the tractors and horses. Yeah.
Marion, this is your probably first time at a ploughing match. What's your overall impression having come along here today?
Well, I'm very impressed because to see all those tractors and those different modern and old tractors vintage was very impressive, and the weather is very good, so I'm very happy to be here.
Have Sarah, and obviously forming the backdrop to this interview here, we have Tim Lawler from Rainus Greena in West Cork doing horse ploughing. Have you ever seen horse ploughing before?
I did, but not with. It wasn't with horses, but with honey in France.
Which?
With
donkeys.
With donkeys.
Oh, with donkeys.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we haven't perfected the donkey horse ploughing here yet, on donkey ploughing. So, what you call it? Maybe you might outline to our listeners what brings you here to Cork. I believe you're studying here, so you might outline what you are doing and what studies you're doing here in university.
So we are a student in agronomy in France, and here I'm doing an internship at the UCC in the Department of Ecology.
Okay, and Marion?
And I'm doing an internship too here in Cork about economic resilience. It's about agriculture, economic agriculture.
You're doing agriculture economics.
Yeah.
And why did you have to come to Ireland? Was that part of your course to come here to Ireland?
I just decided to do an internship to discover Ireland and to have more experience, professional experience. And what's been very interesting because people here are very welcoming and friendly, so it was very good to come here.
What is your overall impression now of Ireland? Obviously, I think, Sarah, it's your first time here, Marion. It's your second occasion. When were you here last, and had anything changed since you were here the last time?
So I was there, I guess, 10 years ago with my parents, only for holidays. But we did only the touristic place like Connemara and the Buren, and that's it. And now I really enjoy to stay here longer, to really discover the Irish mentality and the Irish habits. And everything is changing very fast in Ireland, I guess. We live in Cork, which is a really nice and international city with lots of students from over the world. So
yeah, we're very fortunate that there are many visitors now coming from various parts of the world to attend university here in Cork, not alone from France, but faraway places and the Far East, from India and China and Japan, attending college at this stage. So we're delighted that you have chosen West Cork because you'll really see real Ireland, because you're now in the heart of West Cork, and we wish you, on behalf of LTV, the very best of luck in your studies.
Thank you very much.
And we hope that you have an enjoyable sojourn here in West Cork for the next 3 or 4 months, and we wish you a good journey back.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Marion and Sarah, thank you ever so much for taking time out to conduct this interview. Thank you.
Thank you.
started every day and opened every day. I never did.
Back here again at Macroom Plowing Match, and I'm delighted to have two lovely ladies here from Raleigh. We have Chrissy and Margaret Buckley, who are people that have a lot of connections with this land in Inchinan. And I think their grandchild is reluctantly joining.
This is Isabel.
Isabel. Isabella's daughter of Henry, who owns... Liam, sorry.
Niece of Henry.
Oh yeah. And who's this man after join you?
Will.
Will.
Yeah.
So ladies, I'm sure you have many fond memories. Chrissy, you were born and reared in this neck of the woods, so you probably have a deep affection to this neck of the woods.
Well, yes, of course. It's in the family for a long, long time, you know. It's family for a long time. My father farmed it, my brother farmed it, and now Henry's farming it, you know. So
And your late husband's name?
I never had a husband. I never had that privilege.
Right. So
That eluded me.
sorry, Margaret, you came from Rainery, and you moved from Rainery here to Raleigh. And your late husband's?
Well, Harry.
You would have farmed it for a good few years?
We did for under 40 years.
Right.
We did really. Yeah.
So you have many fond memories? Right.
There's no coming over here.
Right.
Yeah.
Chrissy, you probably remember, and we see in the backdrop here that we have the Guerra and the rural electrification which happened in the mid-50s. You probably, the farm was a lot bigger than what it is now.
It is. I can't tell you exactly how much bigger it was, but it was, oh God, it was definitely 10 or 12 acres anyway taken, you know. It was going well out there, you know, all that place down there. But well, there was quite a lot of it taken, but be that as it may.
You remember it probably, you remember it being flooded, no doubt?
Oh yes, yeah. Oh, I do remember it being around a long time.
Right. I thought at the time it was a big advancement, because a lot of people will remember that with a lot of candles and a lot of hardship, and electrification made life a lot easier.
Oh, certainly it did. It certainly did. You know, like it was a big improvement in farming life and made life an awful lot easier, especially for women, I think, because, you know, they had cooking and washing and running water, which was a big thing, you know. But that being said, we managed prior to it as well.
Margaret, you, as I said earlier, you and your late husband, obviously, you reared a family here in Raleigh. How many have you in the family?
Right.
And their name there?
John, Liam and Henry.
The first name, sorry? John.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And does Henry's living here in the house?
It is, yeah.
On this land.
It is, yes.
What way do you actually pronounce it?
Inchilishinol. Yeah.
Not really, don't push me, but I can see it. So, it's probably your first time at a plowing match?
Oh, yes, first time. And I've never been to one. We've never been to one.
No,
Did you ever go to the All-Ireland plowing match or ever?
God, you must be joking. You'd have to walk too much there.
Now that you're after getting the taste of the ploughing there, you'll nearly be off to the All-Ireland plowing this year there, because there's plenty arcades and places like that for you to spend many hours browsing through the many aisles, the arcades, the shopping. You should consider booking a date near Derry in late September.
Are there a lot of rest areas?
There are plenty of rest areas. So ladies, we hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and we are delighted to be able to plough here in your lands. God bless you. It's a pleasure. Back here at Macroom Ploughing, I'm delighted to have a unique competitor. Must be a first year for us in Macroom in all the history that we have ploughing. It's the local curate in the parish of Kilvehill, the parish of Kilmichael, none other than Father Pat O'Donovan. Father Pat, we're delighted that you took time out from your busy clerical duties, which I believe you had to perform at christening here this morning.
Yes.
And that was the reason that you were somewhat late coming. I thought it was the way you forgot to put the clock forward.
No. The lads had been on to me to plough for them and plough with them, so the opportunity arose, and I said, of course I would, yes, be delighted to do so.
I always knew that you had a lot of interest in vintage tractors, things like that. Have you ploughed previously, Father Pat?
I have, Richard, yes. I ploughed as a young fella at home on our own farm years and years ago, and I have ploughed intermittently in parish life from time to time, because a few of my friends know that I can manage a tractor some kind of a way. Good, bad or otherwise, I let them be the judge of that. But yes, I have ploughed before.
You speak about home as far as you know, as a native of Cara, I believe.
Yeah, I come from the townland of Medore. My brother now, Barry, is currently farming that place at this time. And when I was growing up in the 70s, it was part of life at home to plough 3 or 4 acres of ground for barley every year, which my dad did for many, many years. And I saw him receding, and of course I followed on from there. So farming would be no stranger to farming for that very reason.
So farming is in your genotype. I would have very good
be,
memories of. We had a strong affiliation with the local Macroom branch. Danja Harnedy and Corney Buckley and Kathleen Goggin were people that we were kind of twine crooks out in Cara for many years.
That's right, yeah, you were, and you would have known a girl many years ago that came to work with us, a lovely girl by the name of Anne Dwyer from Dunohill in County Tipperary, if you ever remember her, Richard.
Right.
There you are now. There's a little memory for you.
You're bringing up all these details that I've all forgotten about. That's the trouble when you start interviewing priests. You're not too sure what they'll come with next. So obviously, how are you enjoying your day ploughing here so far?
Very, very much so. I have an interest in ploughing as well, because I go to the Great Dorset Steam Fair every year, and part of that entails steam ploughing, which is done with 2 massive steam ploughing engines with a plough pulled between the 2 engines from the top of the field to the bottom of the field. So I have taken part and have been involved with the Great Dorset Steam Fair at steam ploughing level from time to time with them.
That ploughing that you speak about, as far as I know, you might just explain to our listeners, there's a steam engine on board and there's a winch and there a kind of a steel rope down.
That's right. You have a steam ploughing engine, usually about both ends of the field, and the plough is pulled. It's what they call an anti-balance plough, which means you could have 4 to 6 furrows, maybe even 8 furrows running at each side of the plough. And when the plough reaches the end, the front furrows are up in the air, and when he's moving to drop down, he just drops the plough down and ploughs down with the front furrows in the air again, going down. It's usually the signal is controlled by whistles, 2 up and 1 down. So the fellow above, when he reaches the top, he gives 2 blasts of the whistle, the man below responds 1 blast, the man gives the blast again, and the plough drops and proceeds to the bottom. It was a system developed by John Fowler and Co. of Leeds way back in about 1870 as an answer to ploughing with the horse.
I've seen it being performed, I think, in Upton Steam Rally. I think there was a demonstration one year, I think last year.
We had a demonstration last year of steam cultivating. Yeah. The lads from the Mendip Steam group came over, the Somerset Traction Engine Rally group came over, and they ploughed with us. I'm trying to think of the lads' names now, but they came over and they helped us with it. And they're coming again, please God, this year.
Right.
Andy Melrose and the gang.
Is this your... I suppose it is also first to have the local curate ploughing his local parish, and this is Kilmichael territory as far as I'm aware.
It's my first time ever ploughing in competition. I hope I don't embarrass myself or my coaches, but hopefully we'll do some bit of good today.
You might speak about your coaches that are here today. You might name out who will help you today.
I'm being very much helped by Daniel Reardon, his wife Rose, and their great friend Niall O'Callaghan, and his dad is up there as well, Connie O'Callaghan of, I'm trying to think of the name of the town. Inchishine, yeah.
Inchishine. Con and Niall are obviously people have been involved with us in the Ploughing Association.
That's right.
And of course our own Daniel and Rosemary are our officers in our Ploughing Association, and obviously have given sterling service down. So how are you settling into your parish duties? How long are you here in the parish?
I'll be here for 2 years for August.
Right.
So I need about just over a year and a half.
You came from?
I was working down in the parishes of Passage West and Monkstown, which was very pleasant down in the harbour. Slight change, just a slight change from there to here.
But I think you're more at home here. The Kilmichael people and the people from the surrounding hinterland, and I'll throw in my own parish of Kilmurray, they're very much similar to the people where you've come from in your native West Cork.
Thank you very much. Yes, my grandmother actually came from the parish of Kilmichael.
Oh, yeah. And
she was baptised, I think, in Cooldarraghy Church many years ago.
Oh, it's amazing the wheel has come full circle, as I said in Shakespeare. So well, we don't want to detain you from your busy schedule. I'm sure Father Martin will be very impressed. My good friend Father Martin, who was back in Kilmichael, I'll have to ring him someday and say you never came down to support your local curate.
He knows nothing about this.
He probably knows nothing about ploughing anyway. if I know Martin well, he's a town boy from Clonakilty, God help us.
But a very adaptable individual, I have to say. We work very well as colleagues, both of us.
Well, I would say, and I keep telling him when he was in Kilmurray, supposed to be pro Tim for 6 months, and he finished 3.5 years with us. They were the kind of people, but we trained him well. We would like to think in Kilmurray that we knocked the inches off him.
Well, he certainly is a pleasure to work with.
Absolutely. No, he speaks highly of you. I would know Father Martin from our time in Kilmurray, and I would maintain contact with him, but I never thought I'd get an opportunity to interview the local curate. So look, we wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for taking time out, Father Pat.
Most enjoyable.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
God bless you.
Thanks, Richard.
From your colleagues there, and the men holding the horses in front of it in the part of the row equally to play. They're throwing up against the hill and they're hidden there behind the bungalow or the two-story house as you enter into the site on the right. So well worth the visit as you come along here. It wouldn't be complete without Danja. He had been covering this event for numerous years at this stage. So Danja, thank you for coming along. Mentioned earlier, we're a very unique competitor here today, of which all competitors are unique, but there's one man that's making his debut here at Macroom Plowing match, and it's too often that you get the local curate of the parish of Kilmichael plowing in the local parish, and that's Father Pat O'Donovan, who's plowing here in Plot 43. He's plowing in a feed tractor, so if you want to see what the clergy are more than good at giving sermons, that they're equally good at plowing. We'd like to thank our judges. We're all the way from Port Lager. We have James Pendergast, Paddy Power, Richard Hoolan, and Morris Welch, all the way from Waterford here today. And they will have the difficult task of adjudicating the different competitors in the different classes to see who will get the various prize money. So, speaking to the judges earlier, they were very impressed with the site and also the standard of workmanship.
We can blow up a bit though, and we can get her off the feathers and then we go up and
Delighted, one of our 4 judges here from Waterford, Richard Hoolan. Richard, you're very welcome here to officiate here at our annual ploughing match in Macroom. You might just give us a small bit of background about yourself, where you come from and your ploughing career to date.
Well, I come from Dungarvan. I take part in the local matches in Waterford. I'm a member of Clashmore Ploughing Committee, and I plough intermediate reversible for represent my county in the intermediate reversible.
Have you made the cut for this year's All Ireland? Are you on the Waterford team?
I have made a cut, yes. I have made a cut this year.
So we will see you above the All Ireland this year is taking place
in above in above in Laois again. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You mentioned that your speciality is the reversible. What kind of gear do you use yourselves? Your tractor? What plough you're ploughing with?
I have Case International 4240 and Keverland plough, and I have that. I have the Keverland plough since 2007, and I suppose I have the tractor 3 or 4 years now.
How many sods are you ploughing with?
2 furrow.
2 furrow reversible to the match, competitive. So you're taking your ploughing seriously. Maybe just coming back here. Have you judged the Macroom previous?
I have, yeah. I have judged here. I think this is my 3rd time judging here in Macroom now. Since I started.
Just as we're here today in the townland of Inchinane, and obviously you can see here to the background we have the infamous Danone factory, which supplies infant formula far away as China, of which Dairy Gold would be supplying some of the bulk of demineralized whey and skim milk powder concentrate. What is your impression of the ploughing and the standard of ploughing here today of the up to 40 competitors that are competing?
Well, and on the competitors that I'm judging, there's only 1 or 2 marks between them, so you couldn't actually call which one of them is going to be an outright winner yet.
What do you think of the soil here today? Obviously, it looks pretty good, but you're obviously a professional, so you might give us your opinion.
Well, I don't know about that now, but I just cannot get over after all the rain that we had yesterday and last night that it's after drying out so much. It's just incredible, like that you're able to hold a plough match here today. It's it's very sandy, like, and I just can't get over it, like, you know.
I suppose that's a good sign of the weather when you come to a ploughing match and you see that the furrow that the guys did about an hour ago has dried out and the fresh ploughing is neatly stacking up against it. It's a lovely sight to see at any ploughing match.
Like, yes, it is. You can see like it is a real art, isn't it? When it is see the way it is all plot there 27, the way it is all packed into each other, and yet they're fairly uniform, but like you can see there a small little tail in it, but like you can't fault the soil for that.
Yeah, maybe just we might just turn here on the plots here, 43 of Father Pat O'Donovan. You might just give your thoughts. What are you looking for now, and maybe you might outline to our listeners. You know, you have the sod, the furrow, the straightness, and the various categories that you have to judge. You might outline it there as you have a practical example.
Uniformity is where we would be looking for, that every sod would look the same. So if you take out one sod, it should fit in to wherever any of the other ones are. You know, that they'd all be uniform, they'll be all the same. They take them out and they go, yes. Straightness then, I suppose, is a number 1 factor in ploughing since it began in the 1930s, or that it was always to be dead straight.
What about the furrow, or the split out in the middle?
The split out in the middle and the crown.
Split out roughly.
The split out there is on this sheet now is 10 marks for the opening split. 10 marks for the opening split. So you see that to be all clean, and that there won't be any. You know that you have the roots cut. Yes, no stubble showing. Yes. We say the middle there now, that when he is the 2 sods put in together, that the grass in about 2 weeks' time, or the stubble or weeds won't be growing up in between it. It's all about keeping the trash down, so you won't have to use sprays to keep yes.
And you know, you hear the term that some people refer to the pack
The
Might
pack.
just explain that sometimes you could have
The
spongy
pack,
ground and
yeah.
pack would mean that to
Pack,
be good solid.
yeah,
and
that to be
you're
solid. That I suppose down in Wexford often here to be like the road when you be standing on top of it.
So to be good
Yeah,
solid
to be
and
well
not
packed
fluffy.
down. Yes, and that if you went along there now and you say you didn't have, if a mouse was running along between the sods, that he'd have to go to the very end before he could get back in. How about that?
That's as good a way of knocking, but hopefully that there are no field mice here. So maybe I hope listeners have got an idea of what the judges are here. Obviously it is quite clear from Richard here that there is a very high standard here with the competitors on this the last Sunday of March, and obviously by your stature here I know you have connections down in you mentioned about down in Wexford. Maybe you might I believe you're nephew of the infamous Martin Kehoe.
I am, yeah. My Martin and my mother are brother and sister.
So
So
one day I'm sure it is in what you'd like to achieve, to probably achieve half as much as what your late uncle or your uncle.
yes, my uncle and maybe his father before me even, like,
Right.
you know, to be able to win with horses and to win with a plough, you know, for my grandfather Willie Kehoe. Like, that's a fierce achievement. Like, I don't think that has ever been done before in Ireland, like, you know. And what is he? I think he won. I think Willie won with my grandfather. Yeah, I think he won with 3-4 as well. You know, so there was he has 3 titles in all Ireland. You know, and then sure, everyone, yes, horse, 2-4 and 3-4 in all Ireland, and has it won. And then, like, sure, we all know about Martin, but, like, you know, that's well documented on everything, like, you know. But you know, sure, the man has 3 world Martin has 3 world titles and 13 All Ireland titles, and there he is now. He is after he's going for reversible this year, and above in Leash he's after. Yes, yeah, he's so yes. There's we're not finished with Martin Kehoe yet, I'd say.
I was going to ask you about is he still pulling tug of war down there?
I think he is actually, yes.
You don't do any tug of war?
I don't do any tug of war, no, but I'm sure he wish I was down there.
So, Richard, we won't take up any more of your time. It's a pleasure interviewing you. We wish you the best of luck as you face into Laois representing neighbouring Waterford, and we're delighted that you took time out, and thank you for judging here at our ploughing match here in Macroom. Richard, thank you very much.
All the best.
God bless.
But
to the next
we were only,
stand,
but like, we just, you know, it was a new team that started. I never realised that you could have
Your man will be after running right then. I'll leave you at it. I'll see you, Richard. No ploughing is complete, and Macroom is no different without horse ploughing. And today our one and only competitor is Tim Lawler. Tim is all the way from Rainascreena, and he's being ably coached by the infamous John O'Donovan. So, Tim, what's your impression of the soil type that's here in Inchinane, here in Castleview here today?
When we were explaining it to them, very rich fertile soil, no stones, very easy to manage, and then hope any more I can say about it. I hope they'll have a good crop after us in here.
What you call it, John, you're a man that has ploughed in numerous ploughing matches all over the country. What do you think of the site here in Macroom today?
Excellent. Excellent. By as good as you ever ploughed.
The 2 horses that are here in the background, are they your horses, John?
No, they're not. One of them belongs to Vin Collins. The other fellow's horse belongs to Dan Murphy.
And what ages are the 2 horses?
Old enough to have more sense than they have anyway.
Tim, you're going to be representing the county. In what class are you competing, representing Cork West this year? in the All-Ireland?
They call it a special horse class. It is on the third day of the All-Ireland above in Stradbelly. Yeah.
And will we see John O'Donovan putting on the Cork West jersey?
Oh God, yes.
Seen a horse plowing?
Yeah.
So I know you had numerous battles here with our own JJ and Teddy, and did you plough with the Holligan brothers?
By Grand Crowd by.
So
Fish them all, sure.
You have been ploughing a lifetime nearly at this
time now anyway.
So
60 years to it. Yeah.
And you still get a buzz from it?
Oh God, yes. And we'll too for a lot, big part of another 60.
So God help.
God's only help is right.
So before, did you have you competed at many ploughing matches this year? Obviously, with the weather being up and down, did you manage to fit all the ploughing matches in?
I think this is our 7th ploughing match. I think one more to go.
And Clondock will bring the curtain down on the West Corks
next Sunday.
Right. Yeah. Is there any G10 between this and the All-Ireland now? What will be your regime coming up to the All-Ireland? What's the itinerary to get ready to get into the mood?
Well, first is to get the harvest over.
Right.
Good harvest, and if we that over early, we do a bit of practice then and head for Stradbelly then.
Being horse ploughmen compared to the tractors, does it involve more training compared to the tractor guys?
I was have more time goes into it.
Yeah.
That you have more gear with ploughs and horses and.
Right. So, John, when did you plough at any ploughing match this year yet, John?
Yeah.
And how did you get on?
I got fine out there, great articles, thank God.
So, and do you plough with the same pair of horses?
We do, yeah.
So you job sharing?
Job sharing, yeah. And that's the way we mean to stay.
You're quite close neighbours, are you?
Yeah, 2 other times.
You didn't fall out yet?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't fall away from the times.
Does he try your patience, John? So look, I won't detain you any longer. Thanks ever so much for giving us time out. We wish you the very best of luck as you compete and wear the red jersey for Cork West and Stradbelly, and we hope you have an enjoyable day, the remainder of the day here at Macroom. Thanks, John. Thanks a million. Thanks, John. Thanks, Timmy. Come on. Right, as the curtain descends here on the annual ploughing match, which is taking place on the lands of Helen and Henry Buckley in Chinane here in Castleview. I think we are delighted that it was an excellent ploughing match, considering it was our third time restaging the function. It was a case of third time lucky, because the minute we descended here on this excellent site, it was possible to drive a car around this stubble site here today. So that'll give you an idea of the dryness of the stubble and of the site. And speaking to the many competitors, of which we had up to 40 competitors here today, and interviewing the judges, they will agree that was an excellent stone-free. Well, there were 1 or 2 stones turned, but by and large it is very brown, good free draining type style here on the banks of the river, of the Gera in the background, which forms an excellent backdrop. And obviously we are delighted with our competitors who have made a special effort to be here with us today. And just here in the background, as you see Tim Lawler just marking out, scribing out his last sod here, so that he knows where his finish line is in the minute. And you can see that this is a very unique skill, something that you don't acquire overnight, that it comes with long years of experience and coaching and training and doing it the hard way. So we are delighted with our turnout here today, and everyone had a big role to play, and we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many sponsors, because without our sponsors, while it's important to have competitors, but if we don't have generous sponsorship, you won't get the competitors coming, because it's all prize money, and you have to raise money to to defray some of the many expenses, and that's a big challenge for now ploughing associations in the future, that obviously with companies being under financial pressure are find it difficult to give sponsorship to local organisations. But we're very fortunate here in Macroom that we have an excellent band of sponsors which have stood with us from day one, and some more new sponsors have come on board. So we hope you will enjoy the viewing that you have seen for the past hour or so on your television, and we look forward to seeing you all again early in 2015, and hopefully that our ploughing match will take place on the first Sunday of 2015. So to our viewers in LTV, this is Richard Hinchin from Inchinane in Castleview saying good night, God bless.
Annie, the breezes that blow in the spring, sweeter the sound that the song thrushes sing. I sigh for a sight that I seldom see now, a man in the fields with his horses and plough. Farewell to the days of my youth long ago, when I harnessed my team in the valley below, and off to the highlands beside Corrigal to turn the hard green sod with horses and plough.